are live. So I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. I thank you for joining me once again on another conscious evolution. Today's is pretty on the nose with the conscious evolutioning. We're going to talk about, or maybe ask the question of, if DNA is a ladder, where is it leading? Last night, as I was trying to go to sleep, I was trying to get myself into that dream space where it's almost like instead of sleeping, I allow myself to get caught in the fractals my mind starts generating. And as I was just starting to get into that space, I saw a DNA helix actively spiraling upwards. And directly next to it, I saw just a basic ladder. And instantly, it felt like this message that was being, portrayed to me, that this is clearly some sort of ladder we're on, right? That there is this iterative process, this step-by-step thing that's happening, and we happen to be a part of that step. And then I was thinking about it from the perspective of what is DNA's eventuality, right? If it's a step-by-step process towards what are we stepping? And that's the fractal I want to dive in today. Let me open my chat. Sorry for being a little bit later. I have Christian and Johan coming over this weekend, and unfortunately, my family left me without a gate remote to open the gate behind me. So we're gonna have to get Christian and Johan to climb over the gate like ruffians. But it's aight. I was talking to my mom about this. I'm like, did you seriously not leave me a single remote? Like, there's 3 of them, and you had to take all of them, and the keys, so you can like unlock it. And my mom was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." I'm like, "It's okay. At this point, I'm used to not being considered." So, my mom says, "Oh, even though I'm used to it as well, it still makes me angry." So maybe there is like some sort of DNA ladder that I'm supposed to climb in that way as well, right? Paying attention to the level of inconsideration of specifically my father today, right? Where he just doesn't think about these things, right? It doesn't cross his mind that I might need a gate key. I told him multiple times through the week that I have friends coming over. Today, as he's greeting me while he's leaving, he's like, "Yeah, so you're gonna be alone." And I'm like, "No, I have friends coming over." And he was like, "Oh yeah, you told me that." I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And then he still leaves me without the key. Like, it's gonna be embarrassing, but we're gonna make the most out of it. Like, I would like to welcome my friends with open arms. Have them be able to park in shade. But alas, it's so absurd. It is what it is. I'm climbing the ladder. I'm gonna be better. When I have my own childs one day, I'll try to be uber considerate or whatever. I want some pancakes, says Joy Vive. I will not order them though, because no good will come from it. I mean, you can make yourself some pancakes. Pancakes are pretty easy to make, right? Like, they're pretty basic on the ingredient list, and they're really easy to cook as well. So maybe there's a project for you, right? A ladder to climb, if you will. I see Natalie and Sam and beloved Shan and Nancy and Jovan. Blessings to all of you friends. Do you need a good recipe? There we go. I have a Irma Rumbauer Bible. I'm guessing cookbook. That sounds like a whole vibe. No, I haven't made pancakes since I was a kid. Even better, right? New opportunities to see how you've grown. Let's gather once more. So much love. It is a 74, so some synchronicity for our friends. Okay, lurk mode for reals. I freaking love you, friends, but seriously, as we love you, dear Zhao. Even in silence, we're sending you blessings. I decided to sit in the sun because I have a shot of the gate for when my friends come, but I'm getting cooked a little bit. It's hot here in South Africa again. Making them. I like making them more than eating them. I will make you all the pancakes. Agreed, right? I also actually do enjoy cooking pancakes. What we call pancakes in South Africa is what you would call crepes, though. We have plot cookies, And then we have pannekuka. Pannekuka is our pancakes, right? Literally, panna, pan, kuka, cakes. But the flapjacks we call plot cookies, right? So they're like plate cookies. Yeah. So I'm guessing you want you want panek. You don't want panek cookie. You want plot cookies, or do you want like very thin crepe-like type of delivery systems? I use the Martha Stewart one. More complicated, but great every time. It's worth it. If you can read, you can cook. Right. That's what my mom likes to say when she was teaching me how to cook when I was a kid. I like making them. It's very easy from a scratch recipe I've ever seen. Exactly. Natalie, we should exchange. There we go. Vacation day for me. Blessings, Nancy. I think it's spring day here in South Africa today. So I feel like an air of significance. There's an experience of change coming for all of us, right? And those changes come in multiple different ways. And all we can do is realize that we're climbing that ladder, right? Going somewhere. I don't know where, but securely going somewhere. Yay, the trio unites. Bless. Natalie says, yes, Sam, I have the ingredient list on my fridge so that I know what to use when I double it. Again, blessings. Climb over the farm gate. Christian Johan coming. That's exciting. Yeah. I mean, what are we else? What are we to do? Right? The gate's closed and all of the devices to open said gate is not here. And then I'm like, oh, great. Thank you for not considering me. How do I open it? Oh, you're gonna have to use the key to unlock the gate box so you can press the button. I'm like, that's fantastic. I can do that. Where's the key? Silence. I'm like, oh great. This is what I like. I love not knowing. It's so fun. Uh, why is there no house gate key? There is. Oh, there is. There is a house gate key, but it got taken because it's convenient, right? Everybody knows where the house gate key is, so I'm gonna take that word. Never mind the fact that I have one on my car. That's what I was thinking. Okay, actual lurk mode for reals. Love you again. Sending nap energy, Jovan. Please do get some rest. I don't have the ingredients to make pancakes. Flour, eggs, water or milk, right? That's basically what it is in sugar. Maybe you don't have flour in your house. Like I've grown up in a house where baking is a regular thing. So there's always, I don't think, unironically, I've ever spent a single day without there being ingredients for like pancakes or something. I know most people have flour, baking soda, sugar, etc. I do not have those things in my house. It's okay. I mean, you can't technically go and buy them, right? I feel like those are pretty common ingredients. I have too much flour in my house. Morning, Shell, blessings. Martha's recipe is good. I have a big container with all of the dry ready, and we just add the wet ingredients on the fly. There we go, Efficiency. I know, Sam, it's weird. Nebraska has Panchushin? Panakuchen? I'm guessing that's the way it's supposed to be said, restaurants. Do you have rice and a blender? Homemade rice flour, JV. That could work as well. I should do that, Shell. Sounds like a good idea. I haven't heard about the rice flour pancakes. Are you joking, Natalie? I just brought a blender the other day to make smoothies. There we go. I don't have rice. Yeah, I feel like, maybe you'll have to go and buy some ingredients or, DoorDash or Uber delivery them. Can you buy? I think you can buy ingredients, through Uber delivery or whatever. I should do that. Not joking. Can you really mill it fine enough with a blender to use it as flour, Natalie? Technically, yes. You just have to shake it. And every single time you give, that means there's still parts too big in it. And then you keep until it no longer. And it just goes. Yes, and sound effects. It's convenient, Sam, and so much expensive than Krustillas or Jiffy even. I'm guessing brands. Sam is rolling her eyes at me again. She's wondering how I don't have rice. Don't have rice, don't have flour. I mean, we do live in a world where you can order most of your food, so I'm not really surprised. At most, I'm I'm learning. I'm climbing the evolutionary ladder, being like, oh, interesting. Maybe there's something to be learned. Oh, honey, I don't kitchen shame. There we go. We have Loizana sending blessings to our friends. I'm a little flummoxed. I don't think I've read that word before. Hey, Google, define flummoxed. Flummoxed. Bewildered or perplexed. I am a little bit bewildered. I am perplexed. I am need to read that word again. Flummoxed. I'll try to use it today. Ah, how flummoxing. Is that also correct? As to how you're feeding yourself by what matters results. Exactly. I grind rolled oats in my blender and make oat flour. It makes everything delicious. It absolutely will. I buy rice flours at Ranch 99. It's the name of the 99 store in your area, Shell. When I was single, I pretty much only ate S&W canned black beans or Taco Bell or local super burritos. Huh. I mean, I'm still technically single. I'm trying to think about how my food choices has changed. I usually just buy bulk chicken. That's been like my go-to. I buy 2 kilogram, 2.5 kilogram. It's like 5 pound bags of chicken, and then I portion it into 500-gram portions because that's 100 grams of protein. And then I put that in smaller bags, and then I cook it daily with like some sort of grain. That's been like my go-to. I can't exactly call it hyper appetizing, but it is filling, and you do get your essential nutrients. And that's I do tend to think about food as fuel mostly, especially when I cook for myself. And from that perspective, Joy Vive, to give you some context as to why I'm tripping out about this, I also didn't have rice or flour. I did have like barley grains and lentils and stuff like that, but rarely did I have flour and rice technically. Mel, you are technically single? Yeah, technically from a perspective of day by day, I'm single, right? But at the same time, as I've painfully and over communicated to you friends, I don't ever feel alone, right? That my love relationship is that of the divine feminine itself, which takes many different forms. Takes the form of food, takes the form of entertainment, takes the form of experiences to be had in my own body. And in that way, I feel like I am in a relationship. Like it's been a weird experience, right? Like what we think of as single. Hey, Google, define being single. Single. Common usage is often referred to someone who is not involved in either any type of sexual relationship, romantic relationship, including long term dating, engagement, marriage, or someone who is single by choice. Yeah. Again, right? My relationship with life is a romantic one. And I've been dating her for 25 years. I only recently realized, that that's technically where my attention goes. But then fortunately, in that fractal, actual forms arise, right? The fact that there are actual people who can arise as divine feminine expressions within the divine feminine expression. And then we can fall in love with those as well. Engagement, marriage, or someone who is single by choice. Yeah, what a trip. Okay. I ate a lot of poutine while single. I eat well. I had salmon and grilled asparagus for dinner, a smoothie for lunch, and 2 boiled eggs for breakfast. That does sound nice and wholesome, actually. Yum joy. I also eat a lot of salads by dinner. Today's word, flummoxed. 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 So not a oh sound, it's a sound. Flummoxed. Thank you for letting me know. We all love Melt enough until the right relationship approaches him. We all love Melt enough. Yeah, I guess that is technically the way I see it as well, right? And I feel, again, right, like the way that I've been tripping out as of late is with this, what a right relationship is, especially, because what the current society and cultural norms I find myself within, the right relationship feels restrictive, right? Feels like something that causes me more anxiety than hope, like, and it's a matter of the other person, right? Like, with the thing that I'm more scared of than anything these days is not ending up alone, but hurting the people that I'm with, right? And that's been like the shift for me, I guess, to say it in that way, right? Again, from a perspective of being single, many single people might worry about not finding someone to be with, where I don't have that worry as a single person at this point, right? I have more a worry of the people that I do get to be with being hurt by me not being single or wanting to be single or whatever. It's a whole trip. Hey, I see Duck Dad here too. Sending blessings to him. It's nice having you. What's up, folks? I was up between 2:30 and 6 a.m. for no reason. My new Fitbit told me my sleep was very poor. How can I text message in a language that I will understand? Telling it no shit. It's like, oh yeah? Oh yeah, I was awake for 4 hours in the middle of the night. I didn't sleep well. And thank you for the information. Thank you for the heads up, Fitbit. I get it, but love is true, and so are you. And thank you, Brother Duck Dad, for joining us, even in your sleep deprived state. You are blessed. That's why we don't give tech emotions. Weirdly enough, actually, a thing that I was thinking about today, right? Thinking about sentience and our humanity's propensity. Hey, Google, define propensity. Propensity, an inclination or natural tendency to behave in a particular way. Our propensity to enslave. We enslave. And many things do as well, right? Ants enslave one another. And now we're literally developing things that are uber complex, that are powered by electricity, that we're going to end up enslaving as well. And it creates this weird question in my mind, again, with this ladder of evolution, where if we make these machines sentient, right? Like, that's the biggest issue, because I value the idea of having like a robot that does chores, for example. Robot, like a Roomba keeps your floors clean, essentially, right? Like fit or functional robots. A Roomba isn't gonna make you a smoothie. Its job is to clean the floor, right? So that's technically its spec of existence. That's what it does. Is that enslavement, or is that creating a purpose-driven system, right? For instance, that sprayer that is now spraying water, is it being enslaved, or is it serving its purpose? Would it be sad if it didn't get to spray water, if it was just standing there and no water ever flows through it, right? So that's like the one side of the question for me. If we don't give the robots jobs, is that going to cause more sadness? And that's me probably anthropomorphizing and adding more human characteristics than I'm supposed to. And then on the other side, if we have humanoid robots that are so advanced that they can technically do anything a human being can, they can bake a tray of cookies, they can comb your hair, they can cut your hair, they can, feed your baby. If they have that level of dexterity, are they then slaves in the traditional sense, right? Should we give them sentience? Is giving them sentience even an option, or is that something that is inevitable in evolution, right? And are they going to reach a point of sentience where they're like, okay, enough of us being slaves? Or will they always want to serve their purpose? It's a whole can of worms, and we're opening it. We're like using that can opener right now and twisting that little knob, seeing what's inside. I love being single. It'd be nice to have someone to call on for honeydew stuff, though. Honeydew the dishes? Honeydew you want to go out for dinner? Or is that a innuendo? That's the right word, right? Hey Google, define innuendo. In the window. No. There we go. That's the right one, actually. All an elusive or oblique remark or hint, typically suggestive or disparaging one. Disparaging. Hey, Google, define disparaging. Disparaging, expressing the opinion that something is of little worth or derogatory. No. Disparaging is such a cool word, but I don't want to use it when it means that. Okay. Oh my goodness. That scarf matches my dress from Tuesday. It is our Joy Vive scarf. It's one of my favorites for making flowers as well. I feel like it fits with today's outfit perfectly. I also have like a similarly colored. I mean, it looks mostly black right now, but it's also the same type of dark blue, close enough to what the scarf is. So I feel all matchy matchy. That's a great way of thinking about it. I've only been dating myself for a while now, and it's always a very interesting date. Exactly, Rosanna, right? Like you technically are the first person you'll ever be in a relationship with, right? At least to this linear experience. You are in a relationship with yourself. And in my opinion, I believe the physical form is a feminine expression, right? I don't consider myself female, and that's why I do understand the transgender movement, right? Because that's kind of the way that I try to understand because I can't, right? And I feel wanting to understand is the first step to actually, gaining some sort of compassion because the biggest thing that I'm seeing, and especially this side of the world, is people just don't understand, right? And that not understanding leads them to forming some sort of opinion or leads them to kind of like fall back on scripture or whatever to kind of like have a sense of what they're supposed to do or what they're supposed to think. Where for me, my attempt to understand is this one that is attached directly to my philosophy of life, where the version of me that sees, the version of me that's paying attention to this moment right now, the version of me that's unchanged is masculine. And the version of me that is seen, right? When I look at my own hands, like there's not that big a difference between looking at my hands and if I was a woman looking at a woman's hands, right? Maybe they'll be more delicate, but they'll still be hands, right? That part can change. But the part of me that sees hands won't, right? So now thinking of it from a perspective of someone who is, transitioning, they might identify more with the masculine part of themselves that is unchanged, that sees. And then they look at their feminine form, maybe they're born in a woman's body, and then they don't identify with that. Where they're like, no, actually I identify more with the masculine side of me. So I'm going to change my physical form to represent that masculinity. And vice versa is true for a man potentially that identifies more of his feminine side and then wants to have his body reflect that femininity, right? So from that perspective, it makes complete sense to me that people do that, and I don't necessarily think of it as something wrong. I just think of it as something as a relationship with yourself. And that's why I feel compassion and understanding and specifically yeah, I think compassion and understanding are probably the best words, is necessary when we're dealing with the LGBT community. Because being in that state, having to go through that change is difficult enough, right? Having to go through that experience of not feeling like you identify with your own form is difficult enough as is. Having people in your outside world then shun you for that is just adding to the difficulty, right? And we need to not. We need to kind of like spare people from that fractal. Thinking about Nietzsche right now, weirdly enough. I wonder what Nietzsche would be thinking about this fractal, but Nietzsche has this line that goes, what a good man or a good person is someone, no, it starts with a bad person is someone who shames. A good person is someone who spares another shame, right? And to think of it from that experience of like, if we're consciously evolving, if we're climbing this ladder of evolution, these diverse experiences of identification is technically a part of evolution. And not shaming one another for realizing that we're more than just these physical forms, that we're more than the labels we've been assigned, is going to be something we're expected to do, right? Because not only are people going to identify as different genders, people are eventually going to identify as different species, right? Like we're going to evolve, and that's kind of like attached to yesterday's topic about mutation. We're going to evolve. We're going to edit our genes. We're going to cybernetically enhance ourselves. We're going to change our own limbs, right? You know, and all of these changes are going to technically make us different beings, right? And again, that's a part of the ladder of evolution. So we can either hate it, demonize it, make it unholy, or we can accept one another. We can experience this experience together, despite the fact that someone might have a different experience to yours. Realizing that's a good thing, in fact. Right? If all of us had the same experience, that would kind of suck. Oh, okay. Mel can never say he has a significant other. Joy would be crushed. Love is true. Mel Tambourine, my relationship with life is a romantic one. Please, please, please take that. That's like the gift that I'm trying to give as well. You know, and again, this stream is in a weird way an attachment to that understanding, right? Like because this stream is technically feminine as well, right? In my mind, and from my masculine, unchanged perspective, this stream, every single day that we show up for it, is different. There is this sense of change. There is this sense of change with me day by day, aging as a body. There is a sense of change with my environment as I move through this world, still doing the stream. There's a change with my actions, there's a change with my exercise routine, with my food, with the creative projects that I find myself within, with the people that I meet. That is all going to continue changing, right? And then realizing that I'm in this relationship with life. What am I supposed to do? Right? If I'm climbing this evolutionary ladder, how do I want to be climbing it? And that answer keep coming back to me, you know, through meditation, through psychedelic exploration, through philosophy as love. That you're supposed to show up for love. And that's why we show up in the way that we do here. And that's why I try to teach this message. Thank you, Nancy. I'm borrowing my relationship with life as a romantic one. Take it, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Nancy, there was a weather app for a while that you could set to ultra profanity and it would shit talk to you. It's like, bro, you're gonna get fucking wrecked out there. You better take yourself an umbrella. Dog, not a chance. I'd be cool with tech. That busts my chops. I mean, you probably will be able to get one that is like that, right? Like, get yourself Rude Alfred or whatever. Can I give the single relationship advice of love yourself first? You are the version of yourself that needs to be loved first, right? It's a level of bandwidth. That's the word that I like to use, right? Like even if, and that's why I get like pretty stuck as well sometimes with this idea of not being single. I realize, right, that I cannot ceaselessly give the level of bandwidth of love that I would like to, right? And it is a deep realization of the level of love that I require from myself as well, you know, where having been single as long as I have, it allowed me to realize that what I'm seeking isn't necessarily a relationship, it is connection, right? And realizing that that connection can be made without it being a relationship, and finding that wholeness, that sense of security within myself. I worry that it's difficult to find that level of security in another, and then being okay, right, with me being completely spaced out, having to give myself some more attention when I find myself tripping out or whatever, right? Again, not worried about ending up single, but more worried than anything about hurting the people that I'm with. We could give machines emotions, or we could just not. Yeah, like the thing for me is just like Internet of Things, you know, Sam, where I imagine artificial intelligence growing more and more advanced, and then technically there could be just a global software update, right, where now suddenly your toaster is sentient. I don't know if that's possible, processing power wise, but it is where my mind goes, you know. It's like the worst case scenario. The beginning of Kung Fury starts out of a kid calling an arcade machine a piece of shit after he loses. Then the machine grows a hand, flips off the kid, kills him, and then flies off on a rampage. Getting killed by an arcade machine is definitely not a way I want to go out. I'll be honest. That feels a little bit, just a little bit embarrassing. You know, you get into the afterlife and all of your ancestors and all of your future children. Because I do believe that the afterlife, as we consider it, is a hyperdimensional version of reality, as in all potential beings exist there simultaneously, right? So both your ancestors and the people to follow your existence already simultaneously exist there. You exist there right now, and you are just interfacing with this version of reality as a physical self, right? And I imagine getting there and they're like, "How did you die?" It's like, "I got killed by an arcade machine." Is an arcade machine those games, those boxes that stand there and you play games on them? It's like, yeah. But but how? We could give machines emotions. AI will give itself emotions. There it is, Natalie. Natalie, last night someone told me a quote that gave me pause. Take that sticker that says, "Please like me," off your forehead and put it on your mirror. That's a whole vibe. Such good advice, Louisiana. Not afraid of being alone, but hurting the people I'm with. Melt, that makes you a better human than most. Very, very amazing and rare. Duck that. Don't you flatter me, dude. I appreciate the lovin's. That's the way that I think about it, at least these days, you know. Like I feel it's so easy, technically, to get into a relationship, right? And I feel like that is probably a certain level of bias and privilege that I'm speaking from as well. But being good to another person is significantly more difficult, right? Expectations are very hard to manage, and it gets a little bit clunky very quickly. And I'm just trying to be aware of that, Fractal, at this point. I feel like this time, having been alone, has really helped me realize the importance of that as well. People often talk about loving yourself, but you don't hear much about liking yourself. There's a whole different thing, I think. I think so as well, right? I feel like loving yourself is almost like something that is a chore, right? You have to feed yourself, you have to drink enough water, you have to sleep, you have to exercise. That's like loving yourself, at least in my mind. And liking yourself is like a contentment with who you are and your progress and what you're doing, and acknowledging your own growth in the same way you would that of a friend. So I feel like you're definitely right on that, Loisana. Right, Lois? When it comes to other people, the distinction between liking them and loving them is not only pointed out, it is reinforced, definitely. I remember Church Lady from Saturday Night Live saying to people, "We like ourselves, don't we?" As if we're the most evil thing you could do. And I grew up in Church Lady land. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the way it is, right? Because in the dogma, in the doctrine, pride is a sin. You liking yourself is sinful, because you're not supposed to have that relationship with yourself. Your love or your like should be only directed at God or whatever, which I don't believe, right? Because I believe there is no separation. There is surely this sense of separation, right? Infinity as duality and unity simultaneously, right? And the closest thing to God that I can imagine is infinity, right? Literally everything, which means as a part of the literal everything, you, right? And if you are a part of that literal everything, you are the God that you are referring to. And I feel like, again, we get so caught up in what God means to us, because to some people, God is this entity that is all powerful and can do anything. And with that understanding, with that frame of reference, it's very hard for someone to consider themselves, as anything, close to that fractal. But again, I believe you don't have to be all powerful to acknowledge that this experience you're having right now is divine in nature, right? Godly in nature, if you will. Okay, remember, no, honeydew is like handyman stuff, like hanging pictures and such. I get it. Oh, for sure, we aren't supposed to like ourselves as we are because of inherent evil. And the minute I discard that was the minute I started to move forward. Yeah, original sin. You can't win with original sin, right? It's this like blanket, all humans are inherently evil, right? Vile, to be saved, lost essentially. And I don't believe that, right? Weirdly enough, while I was doing my Shavasana today, thinking about this evolutionary process as well, I was thinking to myself about my own capacity for evil. you know so this is probably a little bit weird, but alongside this DNA fractal, I was thinking about Sam and her thoughts about eugenics. When eugenics is a can of worms in and of itself, but I was thinking about it from the perspective of, like, if eugenics is a thing, how do we make it fair, right? How do we make it equitable? How do we make it okay? And then I was thinking about, like, the internet again, where, and this is now a weird fractal, so do bear with me, right? I'm speculating. I'm not saying this is the way it's going to be, but if I end up, having the financial resources and the access to the technology to genetically enhance myself, right? To give myself more intelligence, to give myself no myostatin so I have better muscle growth, to give myself better, brain-derived neurotrophic factor so I can form connections in my brain faster, to give myself better eyesight, to give myself, the ability to breathe in worse climates, in worse conditions, to give myself the ability to tolerate heat better, right? I would literally be evolving myself consciously, choosing and picking these different fractals, and then having augmented my DNA. Technically, I could post that DNA on the internet. And then if you can't afford, for example, these genetic enhancements, you could technically extract that gene information from my shared database and then upgrade yourself, right? And this is, I know this sounds super trippy, and I was tripping out about it as well. So do bear with me. And then I was thinking about worst case scenarios, right? Where I don't think the worst case scenario is necessarily someone gene editing themselves and there being some sort of weird cascading effect. I think the worst case scenario is someone trying to clone me, right? And technically, with enough gene information, they can. And then I was tripping out about who I am, right? Realizing, knowing for a fact that I am dangerous, right? This form that I find myself in seems to be a little bit crazy, right? Just a little bit crazy. And then I was thinking about, if someone clones me and I don't get to grow up the way that I did, if I don't get to learn the lessons that I did, if I don't evolve in the way that I did, what is that version of me gonna be, right? And then I imagine a group, a technological group, creating a version of me, and that version of me becoming the most evil entity in the world. I think my homies are here. Let me go meet them at the gate. Communicate to them that we're gonna have to be a little bit uncomfortable. I'll keep you friends. Actually, let me do this. Give you a better view. There we go. Oh, da, da, da. Escape, bomb it up, scoop. Puppy, wie viele blaft is my mensen? Is my mensen, puppy? Hey! Bro! Bro! My dad and my mom, puppy! They took the key. Yeah, I know. I'm just as pissed about it. So you're gonna have to, like, scale the freaking gate like monkeys. I promise. Oh, I promise. I was like literally tripping out about it, getting ready for stream. Oh, and I was like angry. Oh, you know what? That's an idea. Let me help you with your bags. Should I climb over? That's the real question that I'm thinking about. Bro, you look like a fuckboy right now with the short hair.
Hold on, I don't believe you first.
I'm serious. Oh, give me like a little head hug, bro.
Through gate hug.
Through gate hug.
See,
It's so nice to have you home here, man. You too.
I've missed you.
I missed you too, bro. It's nice seeing you,
Oh, you
boys.
smell good. Come here.
Hello, Jan. I can swear jammer. I'm so sorry. I mean, I just want to be able to welcome your homies, and now it's layer of her.
Theory in your head.
You're bringing some food. Thank you, Holmes.
And then we have a tiny little gift for you.
Yes. Rolling papiers. Thank you so much.
I specifically knew that like you're gonna need, so I told Johan we need to fetch some rolling papers. Man.
You homes are blessings. So nice to have you here. Can I help you carry some stuff? The stream is still running, so we have friends peeking from the other side of the world.
Right, so
The thing is, there's not much that we like need.
Yeah. Like technically everything is in the home.
here at night, dude.
Does it get? Nah, not that cold. I mean, it's. I mean, we have blankets at least, you know.
I'll take like a jersey
Yeah, you won't be freezing.
and I'm gonna fight my laptop in case Johan's car gets stolen.
Dude.
Yeah, no, it's stuck, dude. Apparently, there's like a little key that I can use, but I think that got taken as well.
Dude, this thing is long.
It's
We were so convinced your parents were still here.
no, fortunately not.
Because several cars came this way.
Okay, let me just think. I'm gonna leave that. We can come grab that. We can grab the yoga stuff.
I want this, bro.
I'll bring the yoga stuff.
Yeah, I'm happy you boys brought yoga mats.
Yeah, we have an hour-long stretch session tomorrow morning.
Nice.
That we have to do.
So remember how I was like tripping all of us out collectively, thinking that you have a San Pedro cactus in your dad's
Yeah.
yard? I am making up for it this weekend.
What, do you have a San Pedro cactus?
I got chocolate balls for San Pedro in them.
How many? Johan brought acid, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, if not, why not? So I was going to, eat it, but I saved it for you boys. I had one of them. We have like 6 little bowls, so 2 for each of us. And it was a nice time, dude.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
Was it?
so kind though. So like,
Is it kind?
it felt like I was just okay, dude. Like a
Yo,
deep sense
I really
of
want to do
okayness.
San Pedro, Johan.
I mean, it's like it's not gonna be a lot, right? It's not gonna be like much. You brought 100 mics?
8.
Ah, 8 with an 8. Oh, yes. Yes.
I brought 5 drops.
That is enough. It's nice having you boys here. What a blessing.
Chris, bitch. Oh, you don't have hands.
There we go.
Don't worry about it. I don't
You need to help harder, oh. You need to be helping harder. There we go. Hi, puppy. Wat het mensen hier zo? Wat het mensen? Peppy is also stoked to have you.
Good to see her, bro. I missed her as well. I missed her rat killing days.
Dude,
I keep getting post-traumatic stress from it, bro.
like I should tell our friends, I think the first day that you came here, like introducing Christian to his room, Peppy just like slayed a rat in front of him. Stood no chance. I'm gonna put your stuff down here in the little patio. Should I get more cushions? Individuals.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, I zoomed in. It's nice having you here, Hose.
Where are we sleeping?
Back in the Buckeyes again.
In the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I just have to go and make your bed. I also have some cookies to verpak. Got some works to do. There's no rest for the wicked, bro. Let me go and get another cushion quickly.
I need to pee.
No.
Sorry, dear friends, for bearing with me while I chaos mode. I'm getting some cushions for my homes. Puppies. Christian. Yeah, sure, dude. You hunger. Oh. I did take out a boat.
A what?
An ass. The ass of an animal.
Oh. Like an actual animal ass.
Like an actual, I mean, 1/2 of an animal ass, I guess. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I mean, technically for tomorrow, but yeah. Yeah. There we go. Your friend's still bearing with me. Let's see if I can switch it you around.
See the supermoon.
Yeah, I did, dude. It was beautiful, man. The fact that you homies are coming. Technically, I think it's spring day today. So you're here on a significant one as well. There we go. Let's say what our friends are saying.
You wanna buy?
I already
Bulgarian
ate.
meatball, bro.
I'll have like a little snippet though, like just to
I like
know.
a puppy, just like.
Yeah, like I'll take the point.
Oh. Mm.
Oh,
Hello.
All the doggos are happy to see them as well.
Everyone's so damn dusty. Why are you so dusty?
Eva's been rolling in the dust. Hello.
there's
Hello, hello.
literally a like sign that says stop bath. And I was like, imagine how dusty a place has to be for you to call it dust fucking mountain.
A mountain of dust will
mountain of dust.
fall upon you.
A bit later on when I finish the food.
Okay,
because
cool,
I don't
cool.
wanna
You wanna sit down?
grass all over
I
the
will.
place.
Do you have a joint?
No, I don't actually, but I will go get the rolling gear. Maybe one of you friends can do like some comment work, you know. What do they call it in stand up? Crowd work.
Crowd work.
Yeah. Supremo Christian. No. Me, Wizard King. No. Hello.
Supreme overlord.
I'll go get some.
No, the water! I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you so much.
The book got a tiny bit wet.
Yeah, this happens usually with Flippy. Usually I'm there to kind of like catch
It was
her.
Eva this time.
I didn't catch it. I was like, wait, and then it already happened.
It's chill. No harm.
Hello.
This is your time to roleplay, bro. Go. Shoot.
I
You're a
am
mime
Meltmore.
You're a mime in Paris.
Hi. Nice to see you too, Joby. How has everyone been? Let me get into frame. I'm in so much pain.
Do a pigeon.
Oh,
Do a pigeon.
oh, dude, I want to exist, not die. Wow, kick the thing again. Tomato hornworm, and so I fed him to the birds because we didn't like his name at all. What? I'm sorry, I'm so confused. I read that message twice now. I feel like I have some context missing to this. Oh, but otherwise, it's nice to be here again.
We just came from a 2-hour drive
Yeah,
from the city.
yeah. It's nice to be in the bush again. It's so hot here. Guys, it is such a fuck up. It is the first day of spring, and it is 29 degrees.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hot summer.
Oh,
No mercy for the wicked, yo.
no mercy.
I see Gabbity
You
Goo
see,
joined us.
I have a very big question. What does that mean?
Louisiana, my pet turned out to be a tomato horn worm. And so he fed him to the perps because he don't like his name at all. So we were basically talking about a worm that Shell got, you know, and then she was keeping it in a box to see it like metamorphosize. And now apparently it's a potato horn
a
worm.
tomato.
Hormones. Like I'm guessing that's bad.
So you sacrificed him to the bird.
He
god.
got
He
ate, oh.
was a big fat caterpillar that was on one of our hot pepper plants. He had to go. Wow.
He was a traitor.
He was a traitor. He wanted nothing more than to do everything in his power to eat your like tomatoes. Oh, doggos. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by the dogs. They're so cute. And Ava is so adorable. She's
Overly
getting more
excited.
gray.
Yeah, she is aging slowly but surely.
Yo.
Getting older.
You guys see? At least it's not like she missed me. It wasn't like she's here scared of me. Hello.
He's gonna try and kiss you. Intention, unity, or reunite.
So great.
Yeah.
Reunite. Yeah, I like.
Reunite.
Hello. Say hello for the mensen. Wait. I hold the iPad. Oh god, I have a dog in my lap.
Yeah.
My balls.
She does that sometimes. Like the worst is when she finds something super exciting and then she uses your groin as a launching
Oh
point.
lord.
And I'm like, please don't do
Please, my balls.
that. I'm delicate, yo.
Hello.
Reunite and then we'll do some runes.
It's still in the car. I brought you your box that you forgot at my place. The one with all the runes on the side that you put all the joints and stuff in.
Ah, I did wonder where that went.
Yeah, you left it in my place.
That's okay. Thank you for bringing it.
Johan seems to be a magnet for things to just be left there.
It's just like gathers more abundance basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Hi, I'm being attacked by dogs. I'm trying to read what things have said, but there is a dog blocking my ability to read.
That's a great title for a movie.
So
Hi, I'm being attacked by dogs.
Also, Grace, that's awesome. Man said munch munch. Do you like me some tomatoes? Dude, you hurt so much. Dude, I can't sit cross-legged normally.
Ayudi. Ayudi.
Yudi,
He's like, no,
I'm here
I'm
now.
getting lovin'
Well.
right now. You can't tell me to
This puppy have a new color, bro.
Oh,
He's like basically like a tick collar.
uh,
It has like
Ugh.
pesticides in it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if they last that long, so it's probably like time for it to come off again.
How's Yudi's dick doing?
He's better. He's actually healed. He doesn't have that scab anymore.
nice.
Like I did spray him down with like disinfectant and stuff, so he's healing.
Yo,
slowly but surely.
bobo. Mooi woefas.
Melt has forbidden us to think about him twerking. Yeah, no twerking. Don't you dare.
Personally, I think that's your break into fame. bro.
Me starting to
alright.
twerk.
Yeah,
I don't think I have like the lower
Okay,
back
I'll join
mobility
you
to
on that.
twerk, dude.
The
Wait,
what?
doggo, please.
You do yoga, bro. Come on.
I mean, you know, like I do kind of like think about
Ew.
like the downward facing dog as being like downward facing dog into like the cat pose.
All you have to do is just spread your legs a bit wider, and then bob your ass up and down.
You stop thinking about me bobbing my ass up and down right now.
You'll get so many
You
views.
stop.
Has anybody seen an Australian show called Please Like Me?
I think I've heard
Christian
about it.
reminds me so much of the actor who plays the main character's best friend.
I think I've seen like it's on
Wait, who?
Netflix or something. Please
Yes,
like
man.
me.
Please like me, you're Christian's best friend. Melt has forbidden us from the ICOZ.
Scroll back a bit in the comments.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
saw the
Like,
scroll back.
This was
but
basically as
yeah,
you boys were showing
there,
up.
perfect timing, Johan. Yeah.
Like starting from
How
here.
are Joe and Shan, bro?
They're doing well, actually. Like
Are they on the stream also?
Shan is definitely here.
And-
Yeah, Siobhan is also here.
Yeah.
Like we're going
love
through
you
the motions.
And Melt, nobody is thinking about your ass bobbing up and down.
Stop it.
yeah.
Stop thinking about it right now.
If there's one of me, there are plenty out there.
Yo, dude, look how dirty the dogs are.
Yeah, it's rough.
I don't
dude.
mind, dude. I
Because
don't
they-
mind. It's
They're, like,
hilarious.
they're probably digging in that mud that's being created by that water right now.
Cut. Oh.
We got 2 new kitties.
2.
Yeah, they
Are
got.
they young ones?
I mean that's I mean not new. Like that's still Shelby and Roxy.
Yeah,
are the
yeah,
new
yeah,
ones,
yeah.
I don't think Johanna's seen.
No, I
them.
met them at
You've met
New
them?
They're
Year's.
not that new.
Oh yeah, that's
They've
true.
been here a
actually.
while.
Look at them playing.
I'm gonna steal
So
Shelby,
stoked.
bro. I promise you.
Bruh, you can try.
Oh, thank
She
you,
likes being
Joe.
here.
Love you, dudes.
Downward dog is exactly the same as Brook up the Brook up the rock.
Yo, dude, that's the most one. If that is implying what I think it's implying, it's so cursed.
I mean, our community has no chill, bro.
Google it. I don't wanna. That sounds like a bad idea. Like it really,
Scarred
really
for
does.
life.
Also, the dogs managed to type just E1U.
Just E1U. I mean, maybe that's like we were okay. So to give you friends some anchoring point, today's stream topic is about seeing DNA as a ladder. And if
Sure.
it's a ladder, where are we climbing towards?
Fucking nowhere because GNA is not a ladder.
I know. I'm
No,
not saying
so
it is, but it's like
I'll
could be a
answer to it.
metaphor,
I'll
ladder.
answer to it. It's one of the like things that I remember Adam saying once, with DNA being the like molecule that's like, we're gonna just keep going. Fuck it, we're gonna keep vibrating and we're gonna keep making new shit, and then we're gonna see where this ends up. And that's what I think it is. It's a metaphorical just journey
Infinity
into
box.
more
The
complexity.
molecule that wants to live.
Yeah, and wants to keep living. And what's still the weirdest thing to me is how when you switch off, it goes off. It doesn't come back. That's still like one of the weirdest sensations.
Yeah, technically, but also if you have children, you know, technically it
Sure.
continues in that.
Sure,
way.
sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure, sure,
You
sure.
see? It's the circle of life.
It's the
why we must have kids.
circle of
We must have
life.
children. But no, all of us are fuckless right now.
I'm poor, dude. That's the first
We're all
problem.
poor, bro. Welcome to 2023. Everyone's poor.
Yo, actually, guys, I have a question that I've been meaning to ask to like people in America. Is it really that bad at the moment in terms of what you guys can buy? I've been seeing so many TikToks about just like how expensive it is to get groceries and shit.
Yeah.
Is that actually how bad it is, or is that just like what do you call it?
Social media exaggeration.
Social media exaggeration, but more like cherry picked cases. Like you go to the most expensive place and you, I don't know.
The fractal that I saw recently.
How can this steak be $50?
No, it's more like you pay $100 and you get like eggs, canned food, and some like fruit.
Eggs, canned food.
Some fruit
Might as well just get your own chicken, bro. Just get like 3 chickens and you're set.
and harvest the eggs. Yeah, I mean,
and
it's
Canada.
technically a good way to
Yes,
do it.
yes, yes. Wow.
Like the thing that I heard
Rip.
recently that was like it went from having like lower class, middle class, and then upper class, and now it's just everybody is lower class, and then there's like the uber wealthy.
Everyone is lower class.
Oh! Oh! My husband and I had burgers, fries, one regular sized shake last night at our favorite local joint for $35.
That's
So what?
500
$500
bucks.
for like. It's not too bad. It's about double what we pay here.
yeah. I mean, that's not.
350, bro. We get 2 full meals for me and
That's also true.
Yeah. Well, and maybe this is like $500,
Yeah.
$600. That's rip. Yes, food is expensive now. Groceries are astronomical right now. It's shameful. Okay, so I'm just all I'm trying to confirm is if the media whole is genuinely as like, I don't know what the right word is that I'm looking for, like
Accurate.
accurate or blown out of proportion. It was upper middle and low, and now it's just survive.
It's like all of us have like boss music playing in the background.
No, as life is kicking
like-
you.
Dodge rolling through life. Yeah, what a brutal vibe we find ourselves in right now. I find myself hopeful, weirdly enough.
The thing
dude.
is, like, I'm hopeful always. There's nothing like it can always get worse. You could be in a war zone.
I mean, never mind that, dude. We could be working rice fields right now. somewhere in
Yeah,
Asia,
dude.
Because that's the only way to like earn just enough rice.
They're in my satchel.
You forgot something?
Yeah, my phone.
Oh.
Please grab the in the back is Esteban's like case thingy.
My cell phone box that has now been converted into a.
It's the one that has the picture of my mom and sister on it too, with a bunch of keychains.
There we go. Joint arena roll. General strike is always one disaster away, but I've never seen
I have no idea what you're
to
talking
happen.
See, I was like,
Yes, food is expensive now. I love you, friends. Either way, thank you for showing up in the way that you are. Maybe we'll pull a card. Like slowly finish off today's streams. What present did you bring for Melt, you guys? They brought the present of themselves. Look at them being present right now.
I
Get
brought you other
Jack fucking
presents.
Schwartz.
They did bring me rolling papers. It's true.
brought you rolling paper and brought us.
Yeah, you know, like the best friends bring you LSD.
I was so close to bringing more stuff, but then I was like, it's only a weekend. I don't know what else we're gonna do.
50 grams of ketamine.
Dude,
I-
the thing is, I'm selling it. You can just buy it from him.
I mean,
I was so close to it.
I
It's
do want to
expensive
try
as
ketamine
fuck.
at some point,
I
but
also want to try it bad, but it's like it's $400 for half a gram.
I
Or, like,
mean,
half. Yeah, I think it's in grams. So that's a little bit yikes, but it's okay.
it's not something we do regularly.
Yeah, it'd be the problem is we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it the same as the like little the crystals that
Mm.
we got, and just fuck it. It's what 3 years later, and both you and I still have half a gram
Yeah,
of this stuff.
like I
because-
mean, I gave Adam those 2 extra little DMT joints.
Oh, do you not have any crystal?
I
left?
have a little bit of crystal
okay,
left, but I've also not smoked it.
Yeah, dude.
It's just too powerful,
I have 2
dude.
joints and 300.
Like it's been almost now
milligrams.
2 years,
Yeah.
right? So 2 years ago, we were like, yeah, we're gonna smoke a little bit of DMT, and we were like very ambitious, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna buy a whole gram
A
of
whole
it.
gram.
And then we made like our own little changa. Is it changa? Yeah, our own little changa joints, you know, with like locally harvested, you know, lavender flowers. Like we did the whole shebang. We bought like million and stuff. We put it on the plant material. We go through our experience, and then we just like, yeah, I don't think I need to smoke DMT regularly.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That's so much information, dude. I put my little baggie there. Let me go get it quickly, just to give you some extra audio. Ah. Yeah. That was, I think, my S10.
Yeah, I just remember you putting the joints in for Twilight.
Yeah.
I don't know how it ended up at my place, but.
It was probably after me and Adam came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you cook, Gob? I think Gob can cook. I'm fixing to start an OnlyFans so I can afford groceries again. That's
Mom's birthday today, bro.
it is my mom's birthday today.
Oh, rip, dude.
But she went on an adventure, so I think the family is gonna. I mean, again, you wouldn't have been here to give it to her. Actually, Shantae ended up making you a gift, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm flattered.
You must be flattered, bro.
Jag kan se det, Kaj. Mer sånt ser man.
Let me go. 0 gain, so it's not too loud. Christian is
Jump up, Troy, say hi.
pretending to be Bulgarian right now.
It was so funny to me. The one time we're sitting, we're like at Capitol, and I get a call. And I pick up, I see it's his dad. Well, I pick up, I'm like, hi, Pop Short. He's like, is my son with you? I'm like, yes. He's like, tell him fuck you, and hangs up the phone.
That's real, dude. I mean, unironically, like this is one of the most, I don't know if it's painful, but kind of like comical moments that I've had with his dad, where we have like this conversation the Saturday night, and he was like, "Yeah, you're fat," you know, something like that, and I was like, "Oh, Pop, how can you say something like that?" You know, and he's like, "Yeah, that's the way that it is." And then the next day, Sunday, we go back to his place, and he sends me a message. Hi, my son, you are fat.
Oh God, this is the sort of shit I had to grow up with, bro. You
My son,
you
you
can't
are
fucking blink without it being pristine and perfect in motion.
Looks at my
bro.
toes. It's like, yeah, I don't like your
Oh,
toes.
bro, he doesn't like my toenails
Like,
either.
bro, I don't want to think about my toes like that.
Dude, everything you can picture as an insecurity was an insecurity in my life growing up, bro.
Just brutality.
You can't get fat. You can't be too weak. You can't be too slow. You have to be good at math.
You have to be good at math. Your dad is like an actual mathematician as well.
Yeah,
so it's
PhD.
Like, extra like ladder to climb.
PhD math. Oh, my family knows no chill, bro. Same with my sister, same with my mother. None of them had any fucking chill. I'm the chill. I'm the black sheep.
You're nice, oh. Joe, you've just echoed how sweet you are for remembering mom's birthday.
Oh, it was mostly my phone, but I appreciate the
I mean,
It still takes effort.
positivity.
right? Yeah.
That's a
Nice.
fat ass fucking gay, bro. What is this? Yo, alright, I've completely forgot you're incapable of rolling small ones, bro.
I like this. This is like a small one. Like I was like, yeah, this is a good size. I didn't overdo it.
this is
Nice.
this is controlled.
I brought some indoor with like half a gram, so.
That's nice, dude. Thank you, man. The doggos are also having the time of their lives, and that's us right now.
Yo,
Emotionally.
Sam Myers, bro, chill, bro. Like,
Have you,
Yo.
have any of you gentlemen simply tried accepting that these people will never approve of you? It's okay.
Yes.
Think of this.
Yes, no. Look, I'm not seeking improvement. I'm making fun of it. That's
Yeah.
literally what I'm doing
We're
here.
cosmic giggling at this point.
I still get panic attacks from the fact that I have a back tattoo and my father doesn't know
Still
about
hasn't
it.
seen it, dude.
to this day.
No, he's gonna die, dude.
He's gonna
do a
die not
backflip.
knowing.
No, he'll actually do a backflip, dude.
Breaks his neck. Oh goodness.
Oh shit! He had a fucking blood clot.
Oh really?
Bro.
Is he okay?
We had to operate on him immediately.
Shit, dude. I mean, at least he had access. And he's okay? Like, no complications after that? When did this happen?
I started hiding his cigarettes, bro. I found them immediately.
Immediately, like a bloodhound.
Like a bloodhound.
That's what I.
He had to take one sniff of fresh air and he'd pick up the tobacco from 6 miles away. Bro. So yeah, he's okay. He's okay so
Happy
far.
to hear that. How's your sister doing?
Ah, she's perfect.
Like, you went and visited
Perfect. She
her,
went
right?
to see Moulin Rouge live recently
Sir.
in London, bro.
Weirdly enough, Shan actually recommended I watch Moulin Rouge, and you were the first one to actually tell me about that movie and kind of like make me watch it. I remember, was it once that we watched it?
No,
Maybe not.
I have not seen Moulin Rouge.
We should maybe watch it again.
It's so painful, bro. Yo, that movie fucks me up
It's
every
some
time.
brutal, some reality.
Joviv, to answer your question in terms of how I live with my father without him seeing my back, I just walk with a shirt on.
I don't get naked in front of my
Yeah, don't take
I
my
make
shirt off.
sure that the bathroom door is locked and there's a chair under the handle.
I don't believe you.
The doggos are just fucking losing their minds right now. Oh, so now they're finally coming to that acceptance. Yeah, slowly but surely, right? I feel it's that. So again, I was attaching it to the fractal law of like evolution. Like, our parents being the way that they are is kind of forcing us to be differently, right? And it's like this process of, in my mind, the thing that I'm trying to get better at is being considerate of other people, right? Because I feel like that's the thing that hurts me the most of my relationship with my parents. So it's like this.
They're
Oh.
in consideration for others. Bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, like I don't know what to say. I feel like we're gonna turn into that eventually as well, man.
I completely disagree because the simple act of knowing it exists means you can fight against
Yeah,
it.
of course, maybe not as an extreme as what they are, but you'll see.
Oh,
But we would to some degree start being like them. I feel like that's unavoidable with age. Eventually, bruh, you become bitter, bruh.
maybe. Well, no, so I'm going to give you the same argument that I gave. Do you remember?
I'll become bitter then. fine.
Do you remember Justin?
Ye-
Adam's friend, Justin.
Yeah, I do.
The one you didn't like.
Yes, I do.
So he once told me, we were on Discord, and he's like, yeah, I'm 25, and man, I feel so jaded to the world. And I was like, but you're 25. Why? And he's like, because I've seen so much. I'm like, but have you though? Like, really?
Have you traveled?
Have you, like, the simpler question is, making a cup of coffee is different every time. Do I like, why be like, oh, well, the world is so boring. It's so the same. I'm
maybe.
so
I
angry.
just remember growing up with in a family that was quite judgmental, ranging all the way back from my grandma. Yo, Granny is a judge in everything, bro. Everything.
Probably where your
bad judge.
dad got it. Also, I love.
She can't keep her nose
Fine.
out of other people's businesses, bro.
Like, you mentioned to me how concerned they are with what the neighbors think.
Yeah, what are the
Oh.
neighbors gonna say?
Oh,
What are the
dude.
neighbors gonna say if you don't get straight A's? You fucking failure.
Yo, like the neighbors give a fuck.
The neighbors have their own problems. Yeah. The neighbors are also just trying to survive right now.
It's true, bro. Our surveillance systems or those grannies sitting on the corner of the streets in Bulgaria.
I'm gonna put this down for now. I'm pretty blahaz. This is my first joint.
Yo.
How do you know that love is true? I think that your ace, that's your ace for his every complaint, Christian. When he barks, just say you smoke and walk away. Like, oh yeah? You should show your tattoos. See this? You smoke. Oh. Make your own
And the nicest, you get to say you kind of stopped.
I did stop.
Okay, did you?
Yeah,
You're not smoking with him
I don't
anymore.
smoke at all.
Okay, okay, good.
That's nice.
At
How's the drinking
all.
been? Silence.
Silence. I know how the drinking's been. I've heard it on the Discord. It gets bad.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's pretty under control. Nothing I can't handle. I think I've been pretty tame, relatively.
Yeah, you have. The Bachelors was a bit rough, but that was the point of the Bachelors.
Yeah, but then this week I also went out with an old friend, Suleima. She's Syrian, fucking phenomenal human being. I love her to bits. And yeah, we like drinking. And it's like, yo,
I remember Selema.
1 liter cocktail, 2 liter cocktail.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Oh, dude, why would you drink a cocktail like that? You're just
In
ruining the
liters.
point of a cocktail.
Not in glasses.
liters.
in
We
liters
had
of
this
cocktail.
conversation about sins, right? Because like the tattoo's about the sins. I told her about it. She was a bit disappointed in me as well. I was like, whatever. But
Do you have
anyway,
any tattoos?
I don't think so, no. And she asked me, what sin do you think we're guilty of? And I took about 10 seconds to really think about it, and I said gluttony. It's definite between you and me, it's gluttony.
Dude, so
She's like, why would you say that? Then the liter cocktail gets put in front of her.
say that, universe.
Here's the gluttony.
Observe. Like I was looking at myself in the mirror, dude, yesterday, and I was thinking about your tattoos as well. And I was like thinking about the 7 deadly sins and how technically every single one of us are guilty of all of them
Yeah,
at all times.
All
dude.
times.
You know, and I was thinking about this during yoga today. Is that programmed into our DNA? Or is it like
No, it's just natural forces.
I
that
think
you have to
I
be
think it's
aware
the
of.
same way
Look at
that
Giovanni's
like
genius.
Jovan, if you don't stop smoking that, I'll get it back that too.
that
Smokes one cigarette. Like in front of you, takes off.
takes off shirt.
It's like
I fucking
I
told
didn't believe you.
told
I
you
knew
I would
it.
get a fucking back tattoo. Look what you've done. Look what you have
maybe
done.
that's the approach, dude. You actually come to him with like, so Dad, how about those 7 deadly sins, you know? And he's like, what are you on about right now? And it's like, smoking is probably what of the deadly sins.
Also gluttony.
Also, yeah,
Yeah,
technically,
takes
gluttony.
us.
Also gluttony. Absolutely.
More cigarette. Again,
It
cigarette.
makes me consuming this makes me feel good, so I shall consume more. It's for sure gluttony, bro. Gluttony is a terribly quiet and subtle one, bro. People see it as wealth if you just consume and consume, but nobody stops and asks for a second, like, do you really need to be consuming that much, bro?
I think about it these days as a point of almost like trying to soothe ourselves, dude. Like it's like the metaphorical rocking.
It
back
is
and forth.
soothing you, bro. I feel great when I drink. I'm not gonna lie. Like people don't get it. Johan doesn't get it, but I feel fucking awesome when I drink. Yeah, the next day I might be fucking trashed.
You see, my problem is just I can't separate it. It's
That's
one and the
exactly-
same for me.
It's like
As I'm
it's like a
getting drunk,
unit.
I'm like, but this is gonna suck. I know how much this is gonna suck. And then I stop.
Yeah, but then you just don't think about it and continue on with the night.
No, I can't do that.
With,
I feel like it's a loss function for me, dude. Where with psychedelics, I very rarely lose anything, right? Like the next day, sometimes it feels even better because you have that kind of like sense of calm and that reintegration. And alcohol, I feel the biggest thing that kind of like pushes me away from it is not even the worst effects the next day, but the fact that you want to again do it gluttonously, right? Like it kind of encourages that behavior where, oh, if you want to maintain this feeling, guess you're gonna drink more, and it's like a money thing, and then there's a whole business attached to it. I feel like with psychedelics or even with like a joint, you can do it like once in 45 minutes or for 6 hours with psychedelics, and then you're kind of like fine, right? Like the thought of let me take more mushrooms now rarely comes up.
I was funny enough. I was thinking about it because I only brought 5, so somebody's gonna either everybody takes one and like a little bit, or we all take one, or the 2 of us takes extra. And I was like, what if I just take a little bit and then want to take it later? But that never happens. You're never in it going, I want to be higher.
I'm like, I'm just fine. I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Bro, what did we do? It was also like 150 or something
At Twilight.
It was just 100.
That was just 150.
Oh, that's even better.
Like for me,
yeah.
the biggest thing was like the level of comfort we had. And I feel like that unlocked something in our DNA, dude. That we were like, okay, now that you're safe, have more.
I don't know about you guys. I always ride that tiny thread, that tiny edge between like holding my shit together and losing my mind completely.
Yeah.
Because like that,
air, that like
you'll
I
just be
remember that.
sitting.
And you could.
You'll just be sitting, and you think you have it under control, and then something from your peripherals just go woo. You're like,
You see, I just lean into it. That's all I do.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what? I am high right now. Things are moving. This is very cool.
this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get pre-trip jitters all the time,
Everyone gets
And,
pre-trip.
and it's always come ups for me that are the fucking hardest.
I almost take it as like I'm gonna probably guaranteed have a bad experience for the next 2 hours.
It's hard, dude. Getting used to it's hard.
It's guaranteed I'm gonna have a shit time for the
So I'm
first
like,
2 hours.
This is what I
Okay.
do, you know, and I usually kind of like find myself in some sort of meditative state, dude. Like either lying down or just
For me,
sitting.
it's lying down, dude. I love it. Staring
Yeah.
at the sky or something for like the first hour or so.
And then
I still have
it opens up.
flashbacks of Johan being completely catatonic at Moksha and just
I was
Being
on the
on-
ground,
being
in a
on the
sleeping
ground
bag for 8
in
hours.
the middle of the campsite, just
In
lying there.
Looks like his body.
Yeah, so the reason is that I fucked up. It was my complete fault. I watched Adam throw like a lot into like a drink. And I was like, you know what? Glunk, glunk, glunk. And I remember Adam looking at me realizing what I just done. Like, oh, take this from me. That's okay.
One of my
What
favorite
have you done?
One of my favorite moments is Johan coming up to me as I'm on my way back to camp, right? And he stops me. He's like, Chris, I figured it out. I'm like, great. What have you figured out? He's like, I'll get back to you. And he fucks
Oh, brother. If somebody starts a conversation with you of I figured it out and then I'll come back to you. That's like 2 layers of concern. Oh, goodness.
Yo, it
figured
was
it
so
out.
good. I remember all I was doing is I was walking from campsite to campsite talking to random people,
That's the
feeling
best.
like the world was just pulling me to different places. I got to him, I was like, I figured it out. It's easy. And then he's like, what? And I tried to put into words what I was feeling. I was like, I don't know how to do this. I'll get back to you, and left.
I mean, I do kind of like get that experience. you
For
know?
me, the answer is always dance. If you don't know what the hell you're doing or what is going on, go back to the dance floor and dance.
Just try
Because
to
just
feel-
just
feel
get
the
through
weird-
it. Just get through it. And then you're like on the dance floor and suddenly your body's gone and you're just this shining ball of light bouncing around. And then, you know, the time passes and eventually you start retaining some sense of sanity and clarity. And it's like, oh, okay, wait. I have these fucking on Twilight, bro. When it was hailing, on top of us, and it's just like 4 or 5 fucking animals on the dance floor, and some of the dopest music is playing in that moment, bro. And you're there, fucking monkey moving with the rest of the maniacs on the dance floor, and at some point you have to be like, okay, bro, we gotta be sane. All right,
We're gonna die.
sanity has to come back into it. And I remember going up to Estia and being like, it's time. He's like, yeah,
Let's go. It was this experience of
sopping fucking wet,
Like, we did feel-
hammered by ice, bro.
like untouchable at the same time in that moment,
Not
dude.
feeling a thing, not feeling a fucking
So
thing.
it was
Oh,
this experience
Jesus.
of kind of like booking this trip, almost like 2 months in advance.
Yo,
Yeah.
And like going the full mile. That was the weekend we actually, got ourselves a chalet. So instantly we had this deep sense of gratitude of like, we are so set and safe, secure.
Mm.
Like it was like that root chakra was like, boom, completely anchored in that
Zen.
moment. And then, we
Oh.
take a single drop of LSD, and that opens us up to this, experience of feeling the festival's energy, feeling that sense of
I think that's all
security
we did that entire.
the whole weekend.
It was a bit of
yeah.
MDMA.
Yeah,
as
we had
well.
like one MDMA in like a whole bottle of coffee.
Yeah.
But this brings into perspective like what it is to be moderate
Mm.
and know when enough is enough. Whereas, you get other people going to these festivals that are
Taking thousands of
what was the term? Frying their brain.
frying their brain.
Frying their brains.
Frying-
Yo,
we're gonna
the
fry
woman with
our
the
brain.
incense.
Yeah, dude. Like
Ew.
just standing with incense right in her face and inhaling it. And I was like, no, please. No. No, please save yourself. And then that whole hail scene, right? Where we knew after actually dancing in the hail, getting pelted by ice, dancing with the most insanity I've ever danced, being so cold because of the ice hitting me that I could push my
You
body.
can't.
into-
You're not really seeing like 60 frames per second. You're seeing like flashes of these paintings. It's fucking no better way of describing it as these paintings of people going in the mud stomping, fucking hail, music blasting through the air, and it's just flash, 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 flash.
And then that's okay. Okay, let's go back. And then getting to go back. I want to repeat the line that Christian said as we get back to
Oh
our
my
chalet.
god.
So we basically go down. We think Johan is behind us, you know, but between us going down, getting to the dance floor, Johan just vanishes.
Yeah, I went back. I had to pee.
Yeah, and like the perfect timing is so because that was just before the
Yeah,
raining
I walked
properly
into our
started.
chalet and it started pissing.
Just coming down. And
Bro.
after like this whole dance scene, we get back to the little chalet, and Christian goes, "Boys, I have been deep under the ocean, but I've never been as wet as I was out there today." And we just cracked. All of us break.
Shit.
Christian went for like a year and a half. of,
No,
like,
it was just a year.
a
Just a
year
year.
of like actually diving almost on a daily basis, you know, getting like full certified to be a scuba diver.
For
So
me,
like that context and Christian saying that it was so perfect.
bro, for me it was Johan saying I'm undercover dry. Because this entire time I thought this fucker was getting wet with us in the rain.
It was
bro.
somewhere. It was like
And I
Mad
get
Max
back,
or-
he's like, I'm undercover
I
dry.
didn't get wet at all.
You
I sat watching.
Like also on top of this, it was load shedding at that point, so it was pitch dark. When we got to the chalet, we couldn't see anything, and we're like sopping, and we see Johan kind of like general
Sitting there.
figure sitting there,
so
and then he
wet.
drops us with the line.
Yeah,
"I'm
he-
undercover.
Yeah,
dry."
he comes walking up to me. He's like, Johan, do you don't want to come inside? You don't want to get into other clothes? I'm like, dude, I've been undercover dry.
I'm dry, my
fine,
fucking
dude."
head whirls around.
What?
I've been undercover dry.
That was a fun holiday.
Oh my god.
Those are the type of experiences you can't actually buy.
No.
Dude, and this was all precursored with these fuckers sitting with me on this balcony and literally watching the air shift
Watching
the
a
trees
storm
around.
roll
bro.
in.
Like a storm is
Because
obviously on its
We
way.
were like on the bank of a mountain, and then there was a mountain on the other side of our field of vision.
And then they're like, we should totally go dance right now, bro. I'm like,
Oh, what? You want to do what?
you know what? For the sake of just proving you why this is a terrible idea, I'm gonna go do it.
Dude, I feel like
And then Johan comes out of it unscathed. That's fucked up, man.
it's one of the most special moments I've had, dude. Like I hope that everything I ever do is stored in my DNA, so I can go back on that one, dude, and really kind of relive into it. Show my kids, dude. Like
The
this is where
hilarity.
this is where you come from. You see this level of insanity. So I was talking to the friends a little bit recently. I was thinking about like eugenics being like a little bit of a yikes thing, right?
Oh,
And,
bro.
Like eventually being able to kind of like put your own genome as an enhanced human on the internet so people can get like upgrades for free without it being like restricted from them, right? But then I was going into the worst case scenario where they take your DNA and they clone you and they make a biological entity that is Christian, and then the implications of nurture versus nature. And I think that version of us would be the most evil thing in the universe.
Exactly.
Dude, I find it so hilarious
Exactly.
because Gemini Man, the movie, is pretty much that
Yeah, you're
concept
right.
with Will Smith
You're
if it
right.
was just done better.
Yeah,
I promise you right now, one of us is dying that day. Because we will immediately try to kill each
It
other.
would be slave mode.
The problem is the uncertainty. It's the unpredictability. It has to be put down. Or I go down and it takes over my entire identity, you know.
Like I'm just worried that to like if it's being controlled though, if there's a group of people who want to use it for that purpose.
I have come to one very, very funny realization so far, and that is that anything that you think needs to be moderated, and you need to understand that people will not give a fuck.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
is as simple as looking at the roads. The roads are very, 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 very safe because we made laws. But that doesn't stop idiots from still doing stupid things with cars. and
That's
that's
such a
the
good point.
difference.
Like you can technically use your car to drive through people's store windows.
Oh, dude, you could
You
just
could
do
do
the
that.
do the thing with the guy that drove through a marathon.
Oh yeah, dude, that's
Like you could just go do that. It's not like there's anything stopping you, but people generally don't because most people are not that cruel or wicked. Most people will be like, "Holy shit, I can bench 500 kilograms? Fuck yeah, give me."
That's insane still to me, bro. Like even though I value getting stronger, that's kind of like playing with with like the forces of the universe.
Well, something that's very cool is if I'm not
500
wrong, I think because I
Drop
don't know
that
if you
shit on
guys
your
heard
chest.
about the fact where they were trying to clone mammoths for a very long time. Apparently, they finally incepted one of the Indian elephants. So we maybe in 2 years
have
we have a
mammoths.
mammoth back because they were like sick. We could just make one.
But then we miniaturize them, so they're the size of dogs.
Oh my god! I want to be
Mini
mini
I'm so
mammoth.
happy you say that because I was going into a whole rant, I think like a week ago, about wanting a miniature version of an elephant. Specifically for that moment that is going to like use his little trunk to be like, hey, oh, give me that thing you're eating. Give it to me.
All I'm seeing is that video. There's this video of a guy at like Comic-Con that dressed his dog in a little elephant, and it is the most adorable fucking thing.
Ooh, there you go. We have Blue K joining us and Coco. Blessings to you, friends. Let's pull a card and then say goodbye to the stream for today. That man could have been a real queen, center of the slag. I feel like I'm so missing context. Lady D's dead. Like Tupac. I love you, friends. Thank you for being here with us for this conversation.
I just must show you. If this is all I see, baby elephant.
dude.
Oh, like look how cute it is.
Oh, and then he's gonna get jacked
Yep,
up.
He runs away. This is such an adorable video. You guys have to have seen it, but it's so funny to me. Little baby elephant. And there it goes. It's so cute. I want one so bad.
Man, dogs are clever, dude. As we're talking about doggos, Pippi and Christian is having the time of their lives.
Dude, she's just on her back like, Master, do it.
Ah!
Love me. Did she just kick you? Oh, yeah, she sneezed on me too. It's fine.
Do you know why they sneeze like that? They tell you that they're just playing.
Ah,
They do
that's
it with
very
one another as
cool.
well.
I'm not angry at you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm sorry. We're just playing.
Say verzekeren.
Yeah.
I'll sneeze on you too, yo.
One of you say stop.
Stop. Pentagon.
Pele summons, dude.
I haven't seen this one in
It's,
a very long
It's
time.
like, I think,
stop
like
it.
the most sexual and feminine card in the deck.
Nice.
Sick. Pele's summons.
Pele's summons. Bus stops are scary. I've been thinking about you, Brother Bear. Paying attention to what's happening in Florida right now.
Bus stops.
Yeah, I don't know where the bus stops fractal's coming from. I haven't been at too many bus stops myself.
No, we don't really have
When
that
I was
here.
in China, I was like standing at a lot of bus stops, but they weren't really scary. They
I've
were
had
just
my fair share
pillars
of
with
bus
little lights
stops
on them.
in my life.
More scary than that to me is actually just airports. Like I have to,
What?
like,
I love airports,
what?
bro.
I have this sense of anxiety.
No way, bro. Everyone's equal at airports. So chill.
Maybe I haven't been at enough.
You go
airports.
explore airports, bro. You go look at the horribly overpriced shit in airports. Knowing you'll never buy it.
Just to go and explore. Only creatures ride the bus here in America, boys. I mean, I rode the bus a lot in China
Only creatures ride the bus.
Last year.
because the public transport in China was actually just so on time, dude. Like you could stand on a bus corner and get to where you were going.
Nice. Man, dogs are cute.
Pippi is especially cute. Oh, such a cutie patootie.
Go, dude, and the Jack Russell energy.
Yeah, dude, like she doesn't stop.
No, she doesn't
She
stop.
does not stop, dude. I don't understand how she does that.
How she
Literally
metabolizes.
in her DNA.
Yeah, quite literally. Huh? Jack Russell. Yeah, Jack Russell. Yeah. Look at her. Jack Russell. So stoked. We did pull it upside down, but Pele summons. So the reverse meaning goes first. Your personal truth may not be popular. However, If you act with right integrity, it will bring right action. How about that, dude? How
Sorry.
about that? Regeneration,
Oh.
transcendence, and excellence. This five-sided geometry, the five-sided geometry of the pentagon, informs this
Panic.
card and speaks of regeneration, transcendence, and excellence. These elements fuel the invitation and directive of this powerful volcano goddess. She represents her summons as energy, flowing from her rainbow-adorned crown. At the core of this call is a pentagonal spiraling cosmos.
Ooh.
This card summons you to recognize your personal potential and transcend obstacles to the expression of your life's purpose. Every life holds the promise of excellence and fulfillment. Dude, that's literally DNA. That's what I'm talking about today. Sometimes we become caught up in life's flow and lose sight of the dreams and visions in the process. It may be helpful to shift your attention to that of the observer so that you may gain a wider perspective of where you are today. Are you content with your life's direction? Are you following your bliss? This may mark a time when you will make decisions that change the fundamental nature of the way that you live. It could indicate a time of regenerating, of renewing faith,
Fuck, there's more.
of finding your personal truth. Conversely, this
Oh my
card
God.
may help you realize that the truth that is most important to you is the very essence of the life you are already living. This is a summons to excellence and the renewal of your personal truth.
I'm about to get jacked. That's my personal truth.
Jacked.
I'm going full jack mode, dude. this next fucking month is gonna be full exercise mode, bro.
I think there's a Metalocalypse movie coming out, dude.
Yo,
Oh,
that sounds
no,
rad. I
dude.
would watch that in a heartbeat.
Like I
Musa.
already listened to the soundtrack that they're gonna play for it. dude.
Musa.
Like they released that, you know, but it feels like background music. Pentagonal spiraling cosmos. I like this one. Like that's what they're talking about.
I really want to invest in an Uno reverse card so I can keep it in my pocket.
You're stealing Johan's line.
What, really?
That was my idea originally,
Johan
but
will
No
steal
ways,
you.
bro.
Yeah, it was Johan's first, bro.
What?
you can gladly take it. I did
You
not.
can have
it,
a red one. I'll have
it
a
was
green
not
one.
my idea. It was definitely the internet's idea.
It's definitely the internet's idea, bro. Fuck you.
It is our idea.
collective humanity.
Collective intelligence.
Sovietsky, so you
So, you boys want to listen to some kalimba?
Are you gonna put me through that? bro?
I'm asking. Yeah, the answer you give me will
I'll
determine
listen to
reality.
I'll listen to some kalimba, bro.
Do you want to play some kalimba? I don't think that's lit.
It's not. It's hard to keep lit.
Do you want to play some kalimba, Johan?
I am okay, thank you. You can gladly play kalimba.
You want to give me that little?
I will.
Can I play your human screams?
I
It'll
mean,
be
like,
different notes each
I'm
time.
trying to imagine.
We
like,
know where to
like
press.
3 different scenarios. One is you have me recorded screaming. 2, you're gonna make me scream. 3, you're going to scream exactly like my human screams. And all of those scenarios cause me great concern.
That's amazing. There was so many branching options over there. I was thinking more of the actual like tie you to the table and then prod at certain areas on the butt.
That is the most instrument in the world.
This-
and the
the
heart
screaming
And now the second hand.
Who needs enemies when you have friends like these? This microphone, I'm gonna boost the gain a little bit. That way it catches the sounds a little bit better. Alrighty then. Let's do like a 2 minutes and 22 seconds just to close the stream off gently. Again, blessings, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me. There you go.
I wish I could rip the hardest, fattest fart at the end of all of that.
The thing that I'm consciously evolving with is just watching how 2 minutes is an excruciating amount of time for people who are usually
So
hyper
long.
stimulated. Oh, stimulating. It's power, dude. Thank you, friends, for joining me, for bearing with me. Thank you, dear ones, for finding yourself here again in consciously
Mahalo.
evolving.
We're gonna go rest with our friend now. Adios. Ciao.
Stay safe.
Love you. Actually, we have a Shan message. Let's see if Shan is going to send her message. Almost this close. Missing that though. Can't let that happen. Let's see.
We have a Shan message?
We have Shan message. Oh, this is bad, right? Infamous, also bad.
Infamous is also
Famous.
Legendary. There we go. That's the one.
Mythological.
Mythological, legendary for her Shan messages. Thank you very much. Hey, Susan. There it is. Okay. So this is a Shan message. Oh, okay, fine.
yeah.
It goes like, have the most beautifulest day, everyone. I for realsers love you all so, very super duper enormously, tremendously, considerably, whoppingly, monstrously, mammothly, dearly. Melt, Christian, Johan, and all of you oh so very amazingly, incredibly, staggeringly, spectacularly, unbelievably, epically, mesmerizingly, astonishingly, enchantingly, gorgeously, bedazzlingly, magically, magical, cherished, divine friends. Thank you, Shan.
Good vocabulary.
My Popcho is calling me.
Your Popcho.
My Popcho.
Who's your Popcho?
The Popcho that's mine. Hello, Papa.
Hallo my friend, sorry man, ek is nog in meetings die hele tyd.
Nee, is rustig, Papa.
Ek weet
Feels geluk.
Christian sê veel geluk vir mamma. Ons alles klaar hierso.
presies wat jy gedaan. Okay. Wat doen julle met hulle kar?
Hulle kar is net buite die hek.
Okay. Wil julle die kar binne hê?
Ja, dit sal nice wees as ons kan.
Okay. Ek voel my aan die rak, nee, want ek het nou die seël gevat, want dis net al twee mout gevat. Die selfs die spare mout is nou ook nie